very possible for people to gain scholarships here in Denmark. And you know the reason why it's easier for you to gain scholarships in Denmark is because the EU citizens do not need scholarships. You are not competing with them. The only people you are competing with are people, students from outside the EU. And I don't believe that. Hello everyone, welcome to Idem Boss TV. My name is Folashade. Today's topic is studying in Denmark as a Nigerian. Before I go into this topic, I'd like to say thanks to all my subscribers, and if this is the first time of visiting my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon beside the subscription button so as to receive notifications anytime I upload new videos. I promised to make this video many months ago, but I've been unable to do it because I changed jobs, and you know, a lot of things have happened, and I had to, you know, make a balance between things. So that is the reason why I've not been able to make the video, but now I'm back. The topic of today is studying in Denmark as a Nigerian. I've heard stories about Nigerians who would rather study anywhere else than in Denmark, but I believe that they are making a mistake. And I'm not saying that Denmark is the best place to study, but I believe that Denmark is a very good place to study. It's a small country. It's a country of about 6 million people, and everybody in Denmark speaks English, fluent English. Okay, so you do not have to think about how to communicate or what to do when you come here. You do not have to learn the Danish language immediately you come over. And also the school fees, though it may be high for some people, but for some people it's not high. Compared to the US, to Canada, to the UK, the school fees here is manageable. The school fees is between 6,000 euro to 16,000 euro, depending on the kind of education you want to take. If you are taking the AP degree, which is the academic professions degree, it only lasts between, I think it only lasts 2 years. So it's always offered by colleges in Denmark, and it is geared towards profession of, you know, a certain profession. And you know, usually IT and engineering or things like that. So it is, you can, after taking the AP degree, then you can build on it, you know, take a 1.5 year extra to gain your bachelor's degree. It's like, let's say for example, OND to HND in Nigeria, but it's not the same. The school fees there might be maybe around 6,000 to 7,000 euro per year, and in some cases you may be able to, you know, get scholarship, but scholarships are not given before the commencement of the education. It is usually after a year that you are given an opportunity for scholarships. Then you are tested. They look at your ability, you know, how good you are and everything, and you may be able to get a full scholarship for the remaining 1 year, or maybe a half scholarship. So that's how it works. And also for the bachelor degree, it depends on what you are studying. If you are taking IT, it could be, maybe you will be going towards the 10,000, you know, 11,000-12,000 euro mark. But for master's degrees, there is an opportunity. I have someone who contacted me after I made my first video, and I think he will be in Denmark very soon. He already started this before he contacted me. He already got his scholarship and grants and everything before he contacted me. But that's an example. It's very possible for people to gain scholarships here in Denmark. And you know the reason why it's easier for you to gain scholarships in Denmark is because the EU citizens do not need scholarships. They do not need scholarships. You are not competing with them. The only people you are competing with are, people, students from outside the EU. And I don't believe there are many people, applying. But just try to apply for a master's degree. There are many that apply for PhD degree also. That it is very possible. And getting a job in Denmark, I usually say this and I will continue to say it. I love the fact that, we love to study in Nigeria. We are very, very good at it. But we need to be very smart at choosing the course of study. If you want to study in Denmark and at the end of your study program, you want to get a job, I would like you to choose IT programs, engineering programs. I'm going to put links in the description box, and also you might be able to see some links here on the screen. I'm going to put all these things so that you can click on it, go there, do your research to know what kind of workforce they need in Denmark. There were some IT programs that people could apply to, but I don't know what happened. They are no longer available this time around, and I think it's because some EU citizens, when they come here to study, the Danish government spend a lot of money training these people on these programs, and immediately they finish, they go back to their countries. So, and doing so now, it affects the Danish government economically, because it's expensive training other people who are not willing to stay here to work, and the Danish government, I think now, try to reduce the number of people coming here to study, and it's affecting other people. So, but there are some IT programs that you can still apply to, and some engineering programs. There are some teacher training programs that you can apply to, which where there's I'm going to place the link also in the description box. There's a school, a university where the first year you will be taught in English, and during that time you will learn the Danish language. So from the second year you will be taught in Danish language. It's a teacher's training college. I do not know if they offer any scholarships or any. I don't know anything about that. When you get your residence permit, you are given work permit to work for only 20 hours per week. Please, I beg you, when you get this, do not, and I repeat, do not ever try to work over that 20 hours per week. It's going to affect you, whether you like it or not. If you think you can do that now and you will not be caught, even if you are not caught, when the time comes, maybe for you to renew your papers, your residence permit, or maybe for you to become a permanent resident, or these things come back to haunt you. So just try as much as possible to stick to the rules, and work to your. I don't even think you will have the time to work more than 20 hours if you are really serious about your studies. If you're not serious about your studies, you will be reported. So that's just it. So do not try to work more than 20 hours. You're lucky enough to gain admission to study any IT course or any engineering course, and you want to work in Denmark afterwards, make it a priority to learn the Danish language. It will help you a lot to get a job afterwards, and also while you are studying, to get better study job. When you can speak the language, you get better study jobs. So that's just my advice. And so to cap it all up, what I have said is there are many degree programs here. We have the AP degree, we have the bachelor's degree, the master's degree, and PhD. And there are scholarships to grad. There are many people in Nigeria that are extremely brilliant, that know what they are doing, that are worth their salt. So if you are one of them, try to apply to universities in Denmark. Right now, I think the application period for this year is over, but there are some, for AP degree programs, there are some schools which you can still apply to for the February intake. And there are some universities too that offer bachelor degree programs or master. I don't know about master degree programs for February intake, but I know that there are some AP degree programs for February intake. I would encourage people to try to apply to study in Denmark. And not only to study in Denmark, to work in Denmark. I'm going to do a video about that also. It's not only to study in Denmark. I know people who were headhunted to to work in Denmark. So let me just leave that. I'm making a separate video for that. But to study in Denmark, you can get scholarships. Try, there's nothing wrong in trying. If you try, if you apply, if you do not get a scholarship, it's no problem. If you have money to study in Denmark, please do so. I'd rather spend my money to come and study in Denmark than spend it on some 3 months visa or 6 months visa that I will not be able to use for anything when I get to Europe. If you want me to talk about any subject at all, any topic at all, please do not hesitate to say it, and I will make sure that I talk about it, that I make a video that will be understandable. And I hope you gain something from this. Thank you for listening. Please do not forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. Thank you once again. Bye.